everyone. I'm Diana, and this is my battle buddy Jess. And welcome back to episode 5 of
Unfiltered and Unarmored.
Remember, we're just two women veterans out here trying to figure out life after the military. Healing, unlearning, rediscovering who we are, and for somehow managing the chaos that just follows us everywhere.
Seriously, it's like GPS and shit.
Yeah. So with that being said, Jess, I want to start this episode again with a little bit crazy question. Please tell us something small or big that irritate you this week.
Okay, a couple things got me good, like the hormonal weather. I had like low 80s, no humidity, and then it went down to high of 50, low of 30. And I was like, the fuck just happened? So I got to keep the windows open for a couple days, but then the pollen and the air quality got really bad. And then the other day I went to the VA and it was really awesome. Like I said, I had surgery and I still need a device to help me walk while my mobility is shit. So the entrance that I was going into for my appointment, the road was blocked off because they were doing some type of construction. I have no fucking clue. All I know is that on one side of the street, there was a big pile of rocks. And then on the other side of the street, maybe 30, 35 yards away, there's a big ass hole and they were pulling dirt out of the road. So my crippled ass is trying to walk down the road past these rocks. And my knee buckles because I stepped on one of the
Mm.
stones. But I was like, you know what? That's okay. I'm at the hospital and fuck it. It's free. It really pissed me off. But luckily, I wasn't late to my appointment.
I think for me this week, since you said about the weather, it started getting warmer. And my neighbor has, I want to say, two teenagers, very low teens, maybe 13, 14. And they
Mhm.
have this damn motorcycle. I don't know if it's motocross or what the hell is going on in the house. At crazy hours, day, night, they start turning them things on. And I swear to God, that shit is
Oof.
just so fucking annoying.
Oh, man.
I mean, I get it. They're kids. Let them be kids. But come on, man. After 9 o'clock, don't do it. Or don't do it so
Mm.
early in the morning on a Saturday.
Yeah, no shit.
That shit drives me crazy. But will I say something? No. Because, spring and they're probably getting their stuff ready. I don't know. But it is what it is. I think it's part of the whole sound thing that I have. Like, it just irritates me.
Yeah.
It drives me
Yeah.
nuts.
That's one of my triggers, especially when someone will drive by me on a motorcycle or someone with a big beefy engine. They'll rev up their engine. It startles me. Yeah, that's one of my triggers.
That is awesome that you said that because today we're going to dive into something that is, well, something that I think we all struggle with us and in our own way is our nemesis, and that is our trauma.
Eek.
Because let's be honest, that's something so small that causes so much pain. We try to hide it very, very well.
Yep.
I know that trauma, it's not always loud. Sometimes
Hmm.
it's quiet, tiring, irritating. And
Hmm.
let's be real, you're always on the edge of just snapping at
Yeah.
somebody. And sometimes, like in the worst times that you freaking feel it coming out, you just don't have control over it. And that's our
Yes.
PTSD. That's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to get a little real, Jess, but we're going to be talking about PTSD.
Awesome. So 2 episodes in a row. Let's fuck with Jess. Woo!
Oh, myself
I'm
too.
just playing.
Like I said before, we're going to be talking about PTSD, at least the version of Jess and my PTSD, because, we all
Hmm.
have different kinds. This is going to be our opinion. We're going to talk about us, letting you guys get feeling how we feel about it. And maybe you guys agree or disagree. That is completely fine. We're not experts in
Hmm.
this topic. We're just going to be talking about us.
Right.
So, Jess, I'm going to go further and ask you, what do you think PTSD looks like for you?
Let's caveat this with do not diagnose yourself off of what we are saying. We're
Yes,
not
please do that.
professionals. Yeah, we're just professionals in our own PTSD.
Yes, I'm letting everybody know this is a conversation that me and Jess are having between us two to try to
Hmm.
help you guys see what it feels like for us. Everybody's different, so I'm glad that you said that, Jess.
It's just people don't talk about it, and I'm glad that we're talking about it. So I think that I've procrastinated enough, so I'll answer. Okay, I think my first one is endless triggers. I already said what you were talking about with the motorcycles and vehicles, but just triggers, endless triggers. I can't even count. Short fuses, meaning I can have like a great conversation with someone and then all of a sudden they say something and I'm looking at them sideways and yes, shit goes sideways. Chronic fatigue and insomnia. And how I can have that at the same time, it's pretty fucking magical. So if I ever say PFM, that's what I'm talking about. I'm pretty fucking magical. Brain fog, that is real. Another thing, panic attacks for no
Ooh.
reason, out of the blue, or sweating profusely. We're getting into the summer weather in the South, even though it's spring. But if I start sweating in reaction to something, usually that's when I know shit's about to get real for me. And my husband and my son know that. That's all I can think of right now, but it's definitely not the all encompassing list for me.
Oh, girl, I have some of the same ones you do. There's so many to
I know,
we could
right?
spend hours here trying to say it, but I am going to say that for me, I think one of the main ones that I have is high functioning trauma. So I look fine. I show up like I'm doing great. Everything is fine. I pretend that I'm handling everything fucking fantastic,
Yeah.
which I think a lot of veterans tend to do that. But the truth is, like, if you really go deep or like if you really know me, you will notice that I'm overwhelmed, I'm angry, I am probably
Yeah.
tired. I haven't
Mhm.
really slept in a long time. Like even if I do sleep and take a nap for 4 hours, I wake up and I'm still ready to go back to sleep. I am so fucking
Yeah.
tired all the time.
Mm.
And I think that's where I feel that no matter how cansada, I still manage to get up. I think that's the part of the whole hyper functioning that
Mhm.
I get up and do what I have to do because I have to do it. Somebody has to get it done. And
Yeah.
that person happens to be me. But do I want
Yeah.
to? No, I want to just stay in bed and not care about anything, even though I know
Mhm.
I can't fall asleep. So I think
Yeah.
for me, that's a
Same.
real struggle. And part of it is that people don't see the shit that I deal with day to day. It's like, for
Mhm.
example, when you go to the VA or they ask you all these stupid ass questions, and maybe you're having a good day
Yep.
and everything seems fine because you're happy just like me. Like I said it before, I'm just happy to be breathing, in my own
Mhm.
space. But behind my mind, I have a million things that are going on. Just
Mhm.
because I'm not going to tell you how I feel doesn't mean I'm not feeling it.
Yep.
So that's like a big issue for me. And I think we learned to put that mask on, like we said it before, as a veterans. And we kind of
Mhm.
like, hey, we're fine. We got this.
Yeah.
Everything it's fine. So with that being said, I do have a little short story. I know me and my stories.
Love story time.
Yeah. So basically, I'm going to tell you the story because when I'm talking about how people really can't see how bad your PTSD, people don't understand. This is meaning my family, my
Mhm.
friends, anybody else. So, like I said it before in the first episode, I come from a very large family. My mom is the youngest of seven uncles and seven aunts. I love them to death, but they're all getting older. So I have over 100 cousins because my
Wow.
cousins had kids. Every uncle and aunt has 4 or 5 kids. Their kids have kids, and
Wow.
it multiplies. So, with that being said, I wanted us all to get together. I think my husband, when we first got together, he was my boyfriend. I took him to a family event, and that was a very long time ago. And he freaking appreciated the parties that they throw. Honestly, any Colombian party or any of my family parties were the bomb back in the day. They were like Super Bowl halftime parties. Like if you go back to the Shakira and J-Lo kind of thing. So I decided to be that one to reach out and tell my mom. Now,
Oh,
little did I know how bad my PTSD was going to get from this. Everything should have been super simple. My aunt
yeah.
decided to do a group chat. That was when I realized I was like, that's a no go. First, because I hate the ding, 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 like I said
Yeah.
before.
Oh.
So that irritated me. Two, she basically invited everybody. She's like, hey, come to my house. I have 3 of my aunts that live kind of together. So
Mm.
let's have it at one of my aunt's houses. Everything was fine. I said, hey, that's a great idea. No problem. That's fine. But everybody got in the chat room with their own opinion. Hey, I
Mm.
can't do it this day because I don't have this day off. My boyfriend can't go. My daughter's boyfriend, my son's girlfriend,
Mm.
everybody made it about them. And it totally ruined the whole aspect of, the family reunion that I was expecting to have.
Mhm.
Not to mention that they decided that everybody was going to start putting like their dirty draws in
Oh,
the
shit.
in the conversation. This caused me so much stress, so much
Mm.
fucking like I was just irritated. I'm a person that has control issues. So
Yeah,
that
same.
completely threw me off guard because everybody's like, let's do this, let's do that, here, there, whatever. And I had no control over it. So at that point, I just realized, you know what? Just tell me where the fuck I gotta be, at what time, when, where, and I go from there.
Yeah.
So something that was
Mm,
supposed to be so much fun for us to do it, and maybe they don't know, they'll find out in this episode that I felt that way. That shit cost me a lot of stress. And that's where I feel like people don't see that just because you're doing something, that doesn't mean I'm not going to react a different way to it. I don't know if that makes
yeah.
sense. That's
No,
why
I get it.
I wanted to tell you the story because, as funny as it sounds, it just it just got really bad,
Yeah.
And at the
Oh,
end,
yeah.
not everybody showed up. The people that showed up, it was nice to see my cousins. I haven't seen them since they were like little kids. Now they're all adults. They're all getting married, and it's so much fun to see
Oh,
them. So it was
yeah.
good, but not everybody was there. It was like after all the
Oh,
pain and all the stress, just come on, people, just get it together. I don't know if everybody feels
right.
like that when it comes to like Thanksgivings or something with the family or the in-laws, that is just such a
Yeah.
big deal. Why make it a big deal?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. You know what we both forgot? I think this applies to all veterans. Hypervigilance. It's like invisible. We don't even have to say it. It's just us. But
yes.
yeah, I totally forgot about hypervigilance.
Oh no, yeah, that's definitely a problem, and we love to avoid shit. Honestly, I wanted to
Oh,
avoid the whole
girl.
conversation. I came up with the idea, but I wanted to avoid that shit. I by the 100 texts, I was emotionally shut down. I was exhausted,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even part of the conversation anymore. I was just like, do I have to read this? I want to say it's okay to feel the way that you do. People might not understand it, especially the people that love you and care about you, your family members. But at the same time, it's okay if they don't. It's not easy for us to express how we feel sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Especially when shit is starting to go sideways and you're not with that safe person. You're with someone either that knows you pretty well or just kind of knows you. And you're in that spot and you don't have the capability to express yourself. Yeah.
When
It's
you're
fucking
not with
hard.
a, yeah, or even when you're not with a veteran, and people like, I know my family probably thinks I'm super dramatic and like over dramatic.
Yeah.
And that's the one
Same.
thing I really do hate. It's not me being over dramatic, it's me not being able to control how I feel.
Yes. I think I'm a control freak because of that, because I feel like if I can control things, I'm able to tamp down some of my symptoms, I guess. To
Yeah.
control my anxiety, to control the panic attack that might happen. If I can control everything else, and it's hard to give up that control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the crazy part is that when it happens, you don't have control over it as much as you want to
100%
have it. Like
lost.
it could
Yep.
happen. It's something as simple as you walk in somewhere and smell something, and
Yeah.
it's like your fucking brain reacts different than your body does, and then it's just like you become this different person, and people automatically assume that you're the crazy one or you're being dramatic or whatever,
Hmm.
but they don't
Yep.
understand what you're going through. So I don't know if
Hmm.
anybody else in the like our audience, or when they hear this they feel the same way, let us
Hmm.
know. So let's move on to triggers. For all of the listeners out there, triggers are different for everybody. Objects, things, people, smells, like it could come out of
Yep.
fucking nowhere. So just, I'm going to ask you this: what do you think triggers are actually, in your opinion?
Some type of sensory overload, like you were saying with the seeing, hearing, smelling, touching. That was a big thing with my mom. She would get so mad at me because I didn't want to be hugged anymore. I didn't want to be touched. And she would say, "Stop touching me." I was like, Do you understand what you're doing right now? I mean, I'm not a beast, but you're feeding the beast. The beast is my anxiety, and you're just making it worse. So, yeah, definitely sensory overload. This is going to sound weird, but when triggers happen to me, I was thinking about this when you first started this episode and I wanted to throw up. When I do get triggered, it's almost like with someone coming up behind me, my spidey senses go off. It almost feels like a wet blanket is put on me, which sounds disgusting. And that's exactly how I feel. Like I feel this gross pressure on my body, and that's how things trigger me. I just literally got the chills all over my body.
Yeah. So basically, I think we all feel like that because our body reacts before our brain,
for
which
sure.
which sounds crazy because you know how everybody tells you like you need to ground yourself or you need to figure it out.
Hmm.
That's fine and dandy. I believe that you could work towards minimizing it, but
Hmm.
when you have an episode of PTSD, there's nothing in the world that you can do to control it, in my opinion. You're there, your brain knows that you need to stop, but I think
Hmm.
your body is so used to responding to the effect of the PTSD that it's just gonna act its own way. I got to grocery
Girl.
shopping many of times. I had everything in the cart. I got something happened, somebody touched me, something happens to me, and I just leave that shit in the middle of the aisle and leave and sit in my cart. And do I feel bad? Yes, I do. I feel bad for whoever has to put the shit that I got back. But
Yep.
it's something that I cannot control. I've worked really hard to control it, to do it, but when it happens, it's just something that you can. So something
Yep.
as a loud noise going off. You're in the middle of the road and somebody's tire
Uh,
fucking goes off and shit, and
Pops.
you hear their nose. So for
Yeah.
some of us, your whole body just jumps automatically.
Mm.
Even though you've seen what happened and you know that it's out of your control, just like our body just jumps and reacts. Some of us have flashbacks. Some of us just react
Hmm.
different ways. Let's be honest. Some of us will get off and try to help the other person out. But it's just the different way of our body react acting. I don't know
Hmm.
how you feel when people walk behind you, Jess.
Nope. Not
I
today, sucker.
yeah. The funny part is when you're around people and they walk behind you, I feel like my body tenses up
Yep.
and I instantly want to turn around and like slap somebody or tell them, "Hey, why are you in my personal space?"
Yeah. Please respect people's bubbles, even if they seem like they don't have a bubble. And then if you happen to be friends with them, don't go up and try to scare them because you
Oh,
might lose an eye.
funny that you said that because last Christmas I went to see, I have a younger brother and sister, and I had to let them know whatever you do, don't scare me. Like, I
Yep.
love you, but don't do that. I know you think it's funny, and I get it. I'm trying to protect you. I don't know how my body's going to
Yeah,
react. And I
exactly.
told them the
Yep.
same thing. Do not, do not scare my husband, please. Don't do it.
Yeah. That little Viking is going to cut your ass.
Oh, yeah. But you never
Just
know
kidding.
because your body's going to
Yeah.
react. How do you feel like when you're in crowded places? Because that's a big one for a lot of people.
Like I am a little tiny grasshopper in a freaking sea of giants about to get squished. Even though I am a very tall girl, it doesn't fucking mean a thing. I am very hypervigilant. My head's on a swivel. Even my service dog, her head is on a swivel. She might be looking for food or for sweet treats, but yeah, crowds and me are not a thing. I struggle. I can't do the concerts and the shit like that like other veterans can. I've tried, and every time I've had a panic attack, if I feel it coming, which it does, I just go to the bathroom, have my panic attack in the bathroom, and hope that I can find my people.
Oh my God, those are the worst. They really are the worst. I
Yeah.
feel like my chest starts like tightening. Even though I know I'm safe, I feel so uncomfortable. I do not do crowded places at all. I just can't. I tried. I wish that I could go with my brother and my sister to a concert or, with anybody, but I
Yeah.
just avoid them because I cannot do them. I do applaud everybody, honestly. Like, one of my friends always goes to concerts with her kids and stuff, and I
Hmm.
applaud her for it, but I cannot do it. I cannot even go to the movies. And if I do, best believe
Yeah.
it, I'm going at noon on a Wednesday just because
A
nobody's going to
little
be there.
deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. That for me is like a no-go.
My son and I were talking about a concert. I took him to see Justin Bieber. We never found our seats. And that was like when I first came home from deployment. But my son was so overstimulated. I think I had ear stuffies in. I had them in my ears and my son's ears, and I still couldn't hear for days. And it was super overstimulating. So we left like I think within 10 minutes. I'm not kidding. And it was great because the roads were completely empty. Completely because everybody was at the concert. And then the last concert that I went to was on Elton John's Yellow Brick Road, his ending tour. And I really wanted to see him, but I did this for my mom. So, of course, I made my son go too. He doesn't even remember it. And he was a fucking adult. That's the sad part. I had to leave a couple times during the concert because it was too much. And we were like over in the section near the bathroom. I knew exactly where I would be. I almost lost my shit. I'm pretty positive I had a panic attack, but I was trying to be that person for someone else, for someone else. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I totally
exhausting.
Yeah, I totally get it. And some of us have issues with like certain ringtones
Mm,
or like sounds and stuff like that. And like I said it before, sounds trigger me. And one of the
mm-hmm,
worst sounds is like cell phone sounds or like any beep beep
mm-hmm,
beep beep, anything that sounds like that, it just like it triggers me. I don't know
mm-hmm.
why. Like
Yeah.
even when people raise their voices at me, for example, if you're talking to me like you're my drill sergeant or something, I completely shut down. I don't want to hear you. I will walk away from you. I don't care if you're in the middle of insulting me or whatever. You completely lost me right there. And I'll just
Nope.
walk away from you and avoid you. And I've been in situations where I do walk away and people don't respect that boundary of you walking away for their own safety. I don't know how my body's going to react. I'm kind of protecting myself, but I'm also protecting you because I might get a little crazy. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm
Mm-hmm,
going to do. So I learned to walk away, but I really do despise that when people start raising their voice at me. I just
mm-hmm.
don't do well with that.
Yeah.
Also like we were discussing too much noise. I
Yeah.
don't like living in a place with too much noise. Like I know I said personally when I was younger I wanted to live in like in a city. I think I'd rather hear the
Nope.
crickets and as much as I hate reptiles, sometimes the frogs.
Well, the
And the
birds, those are
birds,
there.
yeah. Oh, yeah, they are at 5 o'clock in the morning every day. At least for me, is like when I'm in a room with my mom, my dad, and my husband's there, and maybe my uncles and aunts, and everybody's talking at the same time. That overstimulates me because now I'm listening to people talking English, to people talking Spanish, people having three or four conversation. And
Mm-hmm,
man, for some reason, I just get really irritated and angry when people start talking it. And then I walk out
mm-hmm,
to get some space. And then that's when people say, "Why are you walking away like you're being so dramatic?"
mm. Who saw bitches?
So it's not that I'm being dramatic. It's just like I'm being
No.
overstimulated, and this is causing
Yep.
me to be irritated and being
Mm-hmm.
angry. And you don't want to see that part of me. So,
No.
yeah.
Let's talk about anger.
Yes, let's talk about anger and how it shows up in the worst inconvenient places.
Mm-hmm,
I struggle with it because I feel like I cannot express my anger. And then I hold it. I
yeah.
hold it and I hold it for everybody else. And then when it blows up, I'm completely done. I did go to therapy for it. The therapist told me that I need to learn to be angry. And I don't want to be an angry person. Who wants to be an angry person? One thing that I did find out about that is that if I hold my anger for so long, when it's full, like that cup is full and I
Mm-hmm,
blow up, I don't know how I'm gonna react. And
mm-hmm.
it necessarily doesn't have to be like I'm gonna go screaming or hitting people or anything like that. I could just like completely shut down and be done with everything. Like I don't care about anything. I'll just like completely shut down, and that's not good. So that's
Yeah.
something that I had to learn. And then for every action there's an overreaction, so we got to learn to control our anger. And if we are angry, we are allowed to be angry. Fuck it, be angry. Like, why not?
Like I said, we are not professionals. We're
Yes.
just talking about ourselves. But I'm the same way as you are. My anger will build up. And like I said before, when I got called the Ice Queen, it's because I was just letting everything, it was building up in my body. I was getting tension headaches. I'm sure that I got wrinkles from it. I don't fucking know. I'm just kidding. But overeating or over drinking, you indulge in something that isn't healthy because you're trying to get rid of the anger, even though you're not getting rid of the anger until you actually release it. So yeah,
Right.
I'm totally like you. But when I would get angry, I will blow up. I've had many conversations with my husband and my son. My husband doesn't start fights or anything, but I'm like, please don't let me get to that point where I'm angry. We can't be an angry family. We have to talk. I'm all about communication
Mm-hmm.
because if I do get angry enough, I might end up blowing up. And it has nothing to do with whatever conversation was going on. It could be from 10 years of bullshit that I just didn't express, and the volcano doth erupted. Then later on, I'm going to feel guilty. I'm going to feel remorseful. I'm going to feel all the feelings that I don't want to have to feel if we just would have had that conversation to begin with, you know?
No, yeah. I mean, the first stage is like you start getting angry, it builds up. And
Mhm.
at the moment you hit that overload, you get
Mm,
angry. And then after
mhm.
you're angry, everything, there's nothing that you could say to apologize for what you
Exactly.
said or did. And then it's just a cycle of guilt that comes through. And then you just feel shitty about it. Give you an example. For me, leaving your shoes around the house is not a big issue, right? because you take them off, whatever. It's just me and my husband. But when I feel like I'm getting to that point where I'm just like everything else is bothering me, I'm already stressed. Something as him leaving the shoes in the kitchen or wherever he puts them at, and I see the pair of shoes, boom, triggers me. I get angry, I get frustrated, I get mad. It triggered me, but it's not about the shoes being there or he could put them
Yeah.
somewhere else. It's not that issue. It's the a million other shit that was before that. That was the last thing that just fucking killed it for me. Something as simple as that, you go from 0 to 100. And I think that's where our family members and our friends don't know about PTSD or never been there, could actually see us in a state where it all hits in and they see the you at your worst and they don't like it.
Yeah. We don't like it either. It's
No.
not like we're happy being mad.
It just sucks to be angry. I don't like being angry. I feel like
Hmm.
when you're all tensed up and stuff, your body starts hurting, you start aching a lot
Yeah.
more. Your body reacts to your anger. But the worst feeling I think you could do is shut down and feel numb. You like don't care what's really going on. Everybody gets loud around you
Hmm.
and you're just sitting there and you just don't feel nothing. It's like you disappear little by
Yeah.
little, little by little,
Yep.
and then you become withdrawal. You don't
Hmm.
want to talk to people, you don't want to do anything, you isolate yourself, which that's not good.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's good at all, because sometimes you do need somebody to freaking like shake you up and be like, hey, you could get
Yeah.
out of this, be fine. And some
Yeah.
of us don't have that, some of us do.
Mm-mm.
And I think for me the worst one is just feeling emotionally numb. People are talking to you and you're just like, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. And then when they expect you to answer, you're like, what are you talking about? Because you're not
Hmm.
present. Then you start isolating yourself because people start calling you and texting you and you just don't care. Like life keeps on moving on and you just don't care. You don't have the energy. You don't want to talk to people. Some people
Yeah.
think you might be being difficult because you're not being present for them or being the person that you've always been. That shit's hard. But then people don't realize that you're just going through a very rough time. It's a rough patch. They just don't get it until they see it in your face, in their
Yep.
face, in person.
And it's not
So
about them.
no,
It's
not at
it's
all.
about you and what you're going through.
So
It's sad people don't think about that. The easiest things I think to recognize in me is my eyes. If I'm smiling to my eyes or if I'm just smiling, unless you have those people in your life that really know you and can see the signs of you shutting down, it can be pretty bad. When I first got back from deployment, it was a hot ass mess. It was really bad. And a really close friend of mine is the one that noticed. He's like, hey, you all right? He came to tell me I was getting promoted because I tested out a cycle. The commander was coming in and a whole group of people, they all knew and I didn't know. And I just was like terrified. And he stopped. He's like, hey, you all right? And I'm like, I need to leave. This is too much. Luckily, he wouldn't let me do that.
oh no, yeah.
Because shutting down is protecting yourself, and
It
that's what
is.
I thought I was doing, even
But
though it's not.
no, it's not. But some of us don't realize is that we're even doing that, or that's the way that we feel. And it actually shows up something as simple as in, like, for example, if you had a rough day, and you love your family.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're with your partner, you're with your family. But if you sit outside your car longer than you're supposed to because you need a moment to rest, sometimes that's
Yeah.
not a good sign. It is protecting you,
Yeah.
but little by little you start isolating yourself. Like you're like, I don't even
Hmm.
want to go inside my own house, I don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable, I don't want to be there. Like for us women, we keep on doing everything. We cook, we work, we think we care, but emotionally we're just not there. So you're just like
Hmm.
numb, you're just going through the motions and you're feeling
Yeah.
absolutely numb, and you don't even
Yeah.
know why you're doing this.
Yeah. One sitting in the car goes from 5 minutes of self-care to 30 minutes to an
Yeah.
hour of avoidance. That's
Yes.
when it's actually a problem. Because
Oh yeah.
trust me, I get the sitting in the car for 5 minutes. My husband was actually reliving a story with me the other day. Story time. I would drive home from work. It took me like maybe 35, 40 minutes to get home. When I would get home, I would usually sit in the car for like a minute or two just to take a big breath, a deep breath. And then I would walk in the house and my mom would be standing there next to the door and just come at me. She would always say to me, I know you don't like when I do this, but, or I know I should wait, but I know you don't want me to do this, but. always either she was right at the door inside or on the porch waiting for me, just like an attack dog to throw up anything shitty from the day. And I'm like, can I please have a minute? And my husband said, yeah, I used to feel so bad for you because you'd come in and she'd hit you with that shit and you wouldn't even feel safe in your own house. Our bedroom was, my safe space at the time. But even that, I would go hide in the closet. I'm not kidding. I would hide in the bathroom closet just so I could get some peace because I needed the darkness, the removal of all the senses, so I could center myself and be able to fake being okay enough to listen to whatever was going to come out of her mouth.
Oh my God, yes. And you know what? It's funny you said that because I used to be that person for my husband when he walked in the door. And it's because I was alone all day and I had no life.
Yeah.
So I was the puppy waiting for him. And it took me a
Oh,
while to realize that I need to give him that space. It's not okay. So I
yeah.
get it. But I get exactly where you're coming from. And I think the last thing that I think I want to talk about for this is canceling plans at the last minute because you just don't want to deal with people or you're just overwhelmed. And I'm not saying it's
Mhm.
not okay to cancel plans sometimes, but sometimes we're so withdraw that we will say, yeah, 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 we'll be there, we'll be there, we'll be there. And we tend to miss important dates for our kids or our spouses or family members that they really need. We get to that point where we just don't care. It is what it is.
I'm going to admit something, and this is going to be released before it happens. So we'll see if I actually do it. But I have been so anxious and overwhelmed about going to my bonus daughter's high school graduation. It's coming up in a few weeks. I want to throw up, and I've tried to back out so many times already. Because I'm like, I don't belong there. What if something happens? Something could happen. So I've tried unsuccessfully to bow out, but I know that I have to do it for her. I know that it's not about me, it's about her. And it's about being that presence with my spouse as his partner for their family. But I need to be okay that day. So we'll see if it comes down to that day. I can't even remember how many days away it is
Oh,
because I
girl.
can't focus on that shit.
So many days in a wake up. So many days in a wake
Yep.
up.
Yep. Exactly. So I know she
Yeah.
has it down, but I'm like, nope, I can't think about it.
Yeah. I'm not trying to say it's not a big accomplishment, but when you're
Yeah.
in that state of mind, you feel like, so what? I did it too. Get over it. But the truth is not that. It's the matter of fact that you just don't want to deal with it's going to be
Yeah.
crowded. Our people are going to get crazy. The parents
Yeah.
sometimes, bicker. Like, is
Yeah.
it going to be
Yeah.
hot? Is it outside? Is it going to
Yeah.
rain? Do I have to
What
be
are the
prepared for
noises?
it? Yeah. It's
And
just so much to think
yes,
about.
overstimulation. And I'm thinking to myself, like, do I want to put my family through that while they're supposed to be celebrating her and her accomplishments? Especially my husband. Do I want to put him through having to not babysit for real, but to babysit me or to baby me? And, honey, are you okay? Honey, are you okay? Because he will be so focused on me. And I know it. And I don't want to have to put him through it. Besides not putting myself through it. I'm trying to be unselfish and I don't want to put him through it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
So I have an idea. Why don't you go to the graduation, stay in the car, and when there's like 5 or 10 minutes left, tell your husband to text you and you'll be present just for 10 minutes. I know it's not like a big deal, but you're there.
That's huge. Yeah,
So
that's
you not
huge.
get overstimulated, but then you kind of
Yeah,
rewire, say, hey, I'm here for you, but I'm
yeah.
also not taking away from you. Like you're not taking away her moment from them and you're
Mm-hmm.
letting them celebrate, but at the same time, you're still there without needing to go through all that stress.
Mm-hmm.
So you could do it like it could be baby steps. This is the whole point of this
Yeah.
because you never know when it comes through. PTSD in real life shows up anytime, or it could show up anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Sometimes it shows up in your marriage. That's a big one because you just spoke on it. It's not that you don't care about your spouse, but sometimes you're overwhelmed and you just don't give them the attention that they deserve. And like in my case, is my husband. He knows me so well too. And it gets to the point where he knows me better than I know myself sometimes. And he knows where I'm
Mm-hmm.
having a hard time. But I get upset because I cannot express how I feel.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I don't know if I'm angry, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm numb. I don't know how to explain it. I just am feeling a certain way. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be bothered. It's not you. You didn't do anything wrong. It's just the way I feel, and I cannot explain to you how that happened, like what is happening with me. Do you ever come across as a wife or as a mom that you go through the point where it becomes too real for you?
Yeah, a lot. All the emotions just fizz up like a shaken soda and just explode. And you're like, but what emotion was I actually trying to feel at that moment? Was it anger? Was it fear? And now I'm crying because I can't figure out what emotion I wanted to get out.
Oh my God. I actually have a question for the audience because I tend to cry when I'm really pissed. I'm crying because I'm so angry that I can't say what I want to say.
Yep.
Sometimes
Yep.
I feel like my spouse thinks like, hey, did somebody hurt you? Did somebody say something to you? And it's like, no, I'm just like, ah, fool. Think about it like a 2 year old crying for no reason.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's how
for
I
sure.
feel. And it sucks because I make the ugliest face when I cry.
Girl, I blow snot bubbles. Come on.
I don't go that far. But I do cry. I'm like, I just get so angry and so frustrated I can't deal with it. And sometimes we don't want to feel this way, and it's nothing
Mm-mm.
personal to our family or our spouses or anybody in our circle. It's just we love you, but we just are not understanding what we're going through
Mhm.
ourselves. So it's hard to explain to you.
Mhm.
So don't feel bad if you ever feel to a point where, maybe your spouse or your son or daughter or your nephew, niece, it doesn't matter. They don't understand what you're going through because there's
Mhm.
emotions that we just can't explain. I
Yeah.
think giving them a little bit of time and then kind of reflecting on it, then you can kind of see that we do have support if we talk about it. And this is the whole
Yeah.
point of this podcast, is like so we could start talking about it. And maybe some of you are in the situations like me and Jess. Deep down inside, we all need support.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So with that being said, I know this was a little more aggressive episode too, because talking about our triggers and how we feel sometimes is it's pretty hard. It's not easy to be vulnerable and tell people how we feel, and we tend to keep more of the stuff inside and let it build up until we just can't, and it's not cool either for the people that we love.
Yep, because they're the first ones to get the
Yes.
repercussions.
Sadly it is.
Can we transition to the fun stuff, please?
Yes.
Ugh, thank you, sweet baby Henry. Okay, so since we're back into the deep, dark pits of hell, let's get over that and have some fun.
Oh
All right.
yeah. But some of these conversations, like I said at the beginning, they're gonna be heartfelt, and that's the whole point of this. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but sometimes we're gonna get a little real.
Yep, and it's okay. It's not fun, but it's real.
Very real. And raw.
Yes,
And to be
exactly.
fair, the questions that I do ask you, I do not give them to Jess in advance.
She does
So they come as surprising to her as it comes
not.
to you guys.
Yep. Huzzah. Thank you so much. I love you so much for that. Can you tell that I'm lying?
Now you're good. Anything to help you out, sweetheart.
All right, it's time to rake you over the coals.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm a little nervous already.
All right, so this time I'm going to give you situations kind of the same as before with the rounds. Your options are you triggered or are you just over it?
All
Okay?
right, I'm down. Let's do this. Hit me. I think it's my turn now.
Round one, you walk into the grocery store, it's packed, there's babies crying, and carts are everywhere, and a phone starts ringing.
Oh my God, Jess, you just hit all my damn triggers. I am getting triggered right now. Just thinking about it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's not shopping. That is
You're
survival
welcome.
training. Yep. God, I feel like throwing up now.
Payback's a bitch.
Yes,
I'm
it
just
is.
playing.
I got you. No, no, I deserve. Well deserve. Well deserve.
Okay, round two. Someone texts you. Can I call you? It doesn't say why.
I'm already over it. That sounds so suspicious. I'm already at high alert, hypervigilance. Over it.
Yep. I think I would turn my phone off. I'm not gonna lie. Round three. Loud random noise out of nowhere.
Triggered. I feel like my body's back in combat mode right now, like low crawling. I don't know.
Yep. Same. All right, round four. Group chat going ding 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 while you're trying to relax.
As I said it before, I'm over it. So I'm muting it.
Yes, this is for everyone. If I'm in a group chat with you, it's on mute. I'm not listening to the dings. It could be triggering just for me to see my phone light up. It's too much. I can't listen to it. This one is going to be rough. Someone walks up behind you and touches you.
I am automatically triggered. Like, why are you touching me? Why?
Yes, and strangers don't touch someone if you don't know them. No. And I'm talking about like tapping them on the shoulder. I've had people grab my elbow. Like,
Yes, that's
who
the
are you?
worst. Like,
Yes.
scream at me. I think I react,
Yeah.
even though I don't like it, I'll be like, I appreciate it more than you grab
Yeah,
touching me.
exactly. All right. Someone asks you what's for dinner while you're actually cooking dinner.
Oh my God, I'm so over it. You know what? I'm over it. And in my household, I cook, but not all the time. So
Hmm.
when it does happen, I'm just like, are you serious?
My son's done that. And I just look at him and I'll look at whatever I'm making and I'll look at him and look at what I'm making and look at him. And if he doesn't get it, then I'll just make a smart ass comment.
And for warning, I do that to my husband sometimes. Yeah, it's like, what's for dinner? And he turns around and says, food.
All right. Another one that you'll love. Your phone keeps going off all day.
I'm already triggered. The worst part is that the day that you just don't feel like talking to anybody, that's the day that every fucking person decides to text you, call you, and need something from you.
Yep. I turned my phone off for 2 days this week and I got 15 voicemail messages. 15. And I was like, I don't think I talked to that many people. It kind of blew my mind a little bit. I was like, what is happening? This is bullshit. That's what I was
Oh
actually thinking. This is
man. I'm like,
bullshit.
yeah, I'm like,
Ugh.
why is and you know what? That I would consider that all my friends team tag each other and be like, hey, we're gonna call Diana and bother her. But they don't even know each other. So so I can't even come up with an excuse. It's just like, damn, really? Like you called me. And it's not that I'm not happy to talk to them. It's just like you picked the worst time. I know
Yeah.
that you did not know that I was going through this, but they picked the worst time to call me. And on
Hmm.
top of that, you have the VA calling you. It's just like, come on.
Yeah. Get especially the VA. I get an email, a text, and a phone call. Can I get one less of those, please? And one less would be at least stop calling me.
It's kind of like I want to record and say, hey, I really don't even want to come and see you, but I know I have to because I'm in pain. But can you just send me either a text? I already have a reminder. I don't need 1,000 reminders. I really don't want to see
Yes.
you, and you're triggering me before I even get
Yes.
there.
Okay, so this has been fun.
It has
Not
been.
so
Well, the last
much.
part was.
Yes, the last part was fun. This has been real. It's also been a little bit funny because I didn't have
Yeah.
to participate in that part.
Obviously. No, but some of it it's a little too accurate, and I feel like if it helps one person, it's more than enough. Even if it's just you, Jess, and me.
Yeah, and that's why we're here. We're trying to get this all out in the open and make what we go through a little bit more normalized.
Yeah, sometimes it's just your system is already full and you don't know exactly what you're feeling, and it's fine. Triggers come in and
Hmm.
out all the time.
Yep, exactly. But we don't want you to get to that point that one more trigger is going to tip the scales and make an overload, you know?
But if it happens, shit, just know you're not crazy. It happens to the best of us at the worst time.
Reach. Yeah, we're all humans. I love that term. We are all human. We
Yes,
have
we
a
are.
nervous system. We have that polyvagal nerve, the fight, flight, freeze, and whatever the other F is. It's fuck. That's what it is. That, that we go through. We're all human. This was episode 5 of Unfiltered and Unarmored.
Real talk from two women veterans on life after service and dealing with the shit we have to deal with.
Amen. Mensa. Healing, identity, and all the chaos in between. If this episode spoke to you, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Unfiltered Unarmored, or send us a DM or email at unfilteredunarmored@gmail.com. Tell us what you're going through or what you want us to talk about next.
Okay, ladies, this is a reminder. We're not perfect, but we are real. These are our opinions and what we go through day to day. We want this to be a safe space for all of us to figure it out together. So please remember, this is a disclosure. We're not therapists, we're just two women sitting down and talking, and like Jess said, normalizing conversation of PTSD,
Hell yeah.
especially for women, because we women don't talk about it as much.
Yep. Until next time,
Take care of yourself.
and give yourself grace.
And don't forget, you don't have to do this alone.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.